Hi, I'm Patinator. I'm 70% H2O and 100% wants to die. No, it's not. Don't kill yourselves, kids. And I can't believe I have to say that. Please introduce yourself so we can move on from that opening.
I can't now. I'm still Ponzi, and I'm dying. I mean, we all are, but
very slowly, depending on how healthy you are.
I think I'm dying slightly at a faster rate than most.
No one's gonna beat me in dying. I'll get the high score yet. Today we're gonna talk about Wonder Woman because I had to watch it because everybody else watched it. And they were like, it's really good. And I'm like, but I've been at home for 2 weeks and I haven't left. Why should I go out? Is it worth going out? Turns out it is, and there are a lot of discussion points for it. But first, let's catch up on what's been going on. Ponce, what have you been up to?
I've been playing Fallout 4. It's like 2 years late.
It's really late, man.
I know. I mean, late in the train, I got on sale. But I am playing it for the first time.
Oh shit. I thought you were replaying it.
No, first time, first run.
Oh, Jesus.
I am busy making towns. Apparently, it's a town builder simulator.
Yes, it is. It's so... I have mixed feelings about that entire thing.
The thing about the town building simulation, here's the for me, I enjoy the building part. I don't enjoy the scavenging of parts part.
Oh, like the menial shit.
Yeah.
Like, for some reason, you're literally building it all by yourself because everybody else is useless.
And they keep it quite like... we're having problems with the beds again. Like, why don't you make a bed?
Come on.
Like, I'm handling like 12 different towns, fighting monsters, looking for my missing son, and you want me to build more beds. Can't you do that yourself, you useless piece of wasteland shit?
I think the worst part about it, for me, I don't know if it mattered to you, but towards the end, I'm like, so what do I get out of building this shit? You mean it doesn't affect anything?
No.
Oh.
90 caps. Here's the thing: when you make the stalls for the market, you have to pay out of your own pocket to build the stalls so they can charge you
for the stuff you got for them. I do love that they also need a specific, like, this is for armor. It's gotta say armor on it.
It says armor on it. And but the thing is, the one who staff those are just random dudes in the settlement.
They wandered in, like, I've got guns.
Like, there's just one guy who was just drinking and said, like, you are a doctor now. Like, but I get the degree. See, I had to take the medical perk, not him. But apparently it gives me the authority just like, you, doctor now. That's your role.
And that's all they need. Then they're actually kind of good.
Yeah, they're like, I'm so hyped up on Rads. Can you please take him away?
No, but that just raises more questions. They're also annoyingly the only group you can't... if I remember right, the Minutemen are the only group you can't get pissed at you. You can't...
Oh, they can. Again, if you try to like pickpocket someone,
I forget. So because there's gotta be. I know there's at least one group you really can't piss off so that you can finish the game.
Oh, okay. Maybe them, but because here's the thing: Trash Can Carla is garbage.
That makes sense.
So Trash Can Carla is a NPC who is a trader, right?
Yeah.
So you can buy stuff from her. And one time this sanctuary was under attack by ghouls. And her move is to steal my power armor.
No, that's an AI thing. You see, they're defending themselves,
and she don't return that thing though. Like she's just wearing it now.
She's the boss now.
Trash Can Carla is garbage.
Wait, isn't that like the first vendor you meet at the very start of the game?
My bad is because I leave the fusion core in the suit.
Oh yeah, I take mine out.
So like I learned very quickly. I reloaded that game like, no, Carla.
That's my suit.
You don't get the best suit out of the game that I coded to appear in front of me. I'm cheating. I'm just really cheating at this point. I mean, I've mentioned this in the previous episodes.
Yeah.
I'm cheating hard in this game. The only like moral rules I have is like no god mode, and no god mode essentially.
Yeah,
so
do you?
So like because I feel like you have to earn the fight.
Yeah,
you earn the fight, but you can have the best guns and the best armor.
Yeah.
And some coins.
So it's more like the combat for you rather than the journey.
Yeah, because in like building stuff, I just like, you know what? I need 5,000 aluminum. 5,000 aluminum, bam.
I don't know if that says more about your the system in that, like, you got there through all the fighting, now but you have the gun to use for fighting, you've killed everyone, what are you going to use the gun for? Is this a metaphor? I think it's a metaphor.
I feel like it is.
It's like that smoke monster from Lost. It's a metaphor for an empty feeling.
For a thing that went nowhere.
You did it.
Good job. Anyway, so that's what I've been kind of getting into. I have also watched Wonder Woman, so at least we're all on the level there. So if anyone who is listening, maybe two of you,
like, pause it right now and go watch Wonder Woman. We'll be right here.
You don't even have to get back to us, but I hope you do.
Stop pushing them away.
Come here, let me hug you.
I need your love. I don't go out.
I've been going out a lot.
Yeah, really? Going to work doesn't count.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I got dragged to, like, I went to Baguio and then went to bowling, and now I have no money.
And this isn't us promoting it one way or the other, but Baguio is unofficially known as the weed capital of the Philippines. There was once
really
an attempt to dispose of weed there, and they burned it
in a school.
In a school. So, like, it was a pleasant experience for everybody.
Everybody there.
Yeah. Record buffet attendance. Reporters kept coming back for, like, new scoops.
And boy, I want another one. I hope it's an annual thing.
You can just smell the justice. Why would they burn it?
In school.
They couldn't even just make a shirt.
I mean, the easiest way to dispose it without getting high is just bury it in the ground.
Yeah, but let's burn it. Like, we'll show them.
Well, like, dig a 10 feet hole, pit, and then just, like, cover it up with dirt.
Isn't Baguio mountainous? Couldn't you just, throw it over?
Oh, the guy downstairs will get it.
Yeah, then fuck him. Like, he earned it. He fell down a cliff.
I don't think he earned it. If weed fell from heaven.
I mean, like, points for God.
Points for God. See, that's why you want to be God. You should get the credit regardless what happens.
Yeah, that's an old saying, as a wise philosopher once said in Futurama. You're doing it right. If you're not sure, if people aren't sure you did anything at all.
And that's the goal, right? Kind of just get the credit.
Yeah, it's like saying that, tomorrow's gonna rain. And, if it rains, like, you're a genius. And if it doesn't rain, who can predict the weather?
Apparently not well.
It's that, like, Schrodinger's asshole. Like, if they like it, yeah, it was a joke. And if they didn't like it, like, it was just a prank.
Anyway,
I was only pretending to have brain injuries.
Wow. Things to pretend to.
But Wonder Woman, though.
Yeah, so Wonder Woman, just to, I guess, to preface it, I've been a big fan of Wonder Woman.
Also spoilers, obviously.
Yeah, so massive spoilers, if ever.
Yeah.
I've been a big fan of Wonder Woman for at least 20 years at this point.
That's a long time.
It's a long time, yeah.
She was there when your balls dropped.
Yeah. Often, like, for some weird reason, was also there.
Yeah. She was also there.
She was also there.
Early childhood threesomes were inspired by one with Wonder Woman and another Wonder Woman.
Two of them. Yeah, but I was a big fan since forever. Because, when you kind of become a fan of Superman and DC, you just kind of snowball to the big three.
Yeah.
And at one point, I even liked her more than I liked Batman.
Oh,
I mean,
that's good for you. That shows taste.
The only problem was, like, as a concept, I like her more than Batman.
What differentiated her? What made her stand out?
She wasn't sad.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I also just recently watched the Batman movie. That was a good one.
So that was the thing. So when they announced that was going to be a movie, the initial reaction was like, finally.
Yeah.
and then you realize Man of Steel existed before, and it's gonna be in the same playground. And then oh no!
And they said Gal Gadot would be in it, which is, mind you, I'm not just talking shit. People talk shit about Heath Ledger's Joker before the movie came out. They thought he was gonna be shit.
Yeah.
Hell, the director also was like, "Oh no, Gal Gadot," and then later was like, "Oh, she's actually kind of good." Which, if for nothing else, and more than because it's not unpleasant to look at Gal Gadot, she has a surprising amount of range, as opposed to most models turned actress. It's not like it's her first outing. She was in Fast and the Furious.
Yeah,
but like she wasn't exactly like blanking out of the screen. Like, wow, when's my paycheck coming? No, she was making an effort.
I mean, yeah, it's why I was not on the highly critical side of the announcement, because I realized I'm not a fan of the Fast and the Furious movies until Giselle came along.
Yeah, well,
like, yeah, okay.
Did you watch them all?
I watched them all, but I watched them all because I watched them all. Yeah.
I guess if I want to have friends,
because they were into cars and whatever. Because it was an action movie. I watched it as an action movie. Didn't like the first one. Hated the second one. The third one, I don't know why I went for the third one. Honestly, I don't know why.
Man, two bad experiences. Third one's got to be good.
I didn't pay for the first two.
Oh, that's
I watched it on.
I stole it.
No, I went on HBO.
Oh, back when I had cable.
Yeah.
No one has cable anymore.
No one. Fuck cable.
Except Deadpool 2. He has cable.
Yeah. So I don't know. I watched 3. Maybe because the promise of no Vin Diesel at that point.
Really? Wait, is that Tokyo Drift?
Tokyo Drift, yeah. So I watched 3, wasn't terribly impressed, but I had a fun time.
Good.
Because I like Han.
Yeah.
So when the 4th movie came out, and Han was there, I kind of stuck around. And then when Giselle came out, I think in the 5th movie, like...
Alright, we're staying.
Alright, we're staying.
See, that's one of the most interesting things to me about Wonder Woman. There's no cheesecake aside from maybe the training montage at the start,
but
because
that's barely cheesecake.
There's no lingering gaze on her ass or like just slow panning up her. We had a slow pan of Steve. Well, I guess I'm a little gay now, but like, what's that? Like, come on, show us your dick. show her your dick. Come on, Steve. Like, you're like in an island of women. You're like, can I be the first penis? Can I be?
Well, he technically is.
President Dick.
He technically is the first dick there. Yeah, much to, people's enjoyment.
I love his reaction in the boat. No. They're not necessary for pleasure, no. I'll show you. Come over here. And then Diana kills her. And that's how the movie ends. Speaking of that fucking boat, I know you're a fan.
Yeah.
Was Steve ever this cool in the comics?
No.
Like, he was not some sort of super spy. Like,
fuck Steve, Trevor. No, he gives a shit. Oh, man. Maybe the old ones, the comics I didn't read, maybe he was cool.
Yeah.
But not from the ones I've read.
Like, I hear he was like a distressed like damsel all the time.
Well, in the old ones, but then they tried to make him super... And they tried to play up the military spy aspect, but it just became like this caricature of a
He's
dude.
really manly.
Yeah, like in the world where Batman exists,
like super military man's not that
yeah, super military man's like, what are you doing, man?
You can find your own niche.
Is this Halloween? You're playing dress up? Like, oh, nice gun. Nobody gives a shit about Steve Trevor. Like, fuck that guy.
I could be Batman if my parents were dead.
But I had a happy, stable wife.
And I found Wonder Woman after crashing. Aren't I a fucking winner?
I think that's why nobody likes him.
I crashed into a plane, I would drown. Like, that's the end. No one ever knew what happened to Pat. But, like, he's like, I got an Amazon to save me. And for some reason, I don't quip when I wake up, which is a fucking blessing.
That's true. Like,
there were no quips.
There were some banter, but no quips.
Yeah, but like I'm really afraid for JLA.
The quips all the time. Quiptacular special.
Jesus. But it's such a solid movie. Now, like we discussed this, like fuck Steve Trevor, cartographer spy. Because first he was at that place where he stole a journal, which was according to the pan of the area, in the desert surrounded by mountains. And
Yeah.
that's not usually near
London.
water. Or London. So he escapes on one plane.
Oh, wait, tama. They're mountains are near water path. Like, that happens.
Yes, but not the desert.
Well, okay.
That's called a beach. But anyway, like, it's not even desert. Fine, it's like not a tundra. I'm not good at geography. An area in which there appears to be no ocean. He
Okay.
flies over that in a World War I prop
Prompt
plane,
plane. Yep, that's a...
and makes it to Themyscira, which raises several questions. One, he was being chased by boats, which means he knowingly flew over in harbor and was like, fuck. Like, I guess the chase isn't over. And new challengers entered the battle.
Boats.
And then he crashes onto Themyscira with no planes following him. And I know he shot some of the planes,
Yeah.
but there are more.
Well, we don't know. 'Cause
They
he's
sent
like,
the ship after him.
there weren't aircraft carriers back then.
Were they not? No, but I mean, they can't be the only airfield there. And
Yeah,
even,
but...
and even it was that must have been the slowest fucking chase of all time. But
Yeah.
it was just a boat following a plane for what I can only assume is less than a day.
Because here's the thing about boats and planes. Like, if you're a plane being chased by a boat, there are only two options.
What?
You run out of fuel, and then you crash in the water, and then you're done.
That's just probably what happened.
Probably would happen.
Like,
Or you just zoom past the boat. You just
Bye,
bye boats.
And then,
But boats don't travel that fast.
no, we don't. We have
compared to planes.
Yeah, but somehow Steve's like, maybe we should make this exciting. No, but I realize I'm leading them into an ocean. Maybe I should actually crash beside them because I would die out here.
Look, fog, man.
Which is what happened. And then that's not the problem yet. And then they leave the island, they sleep for a night, and wake up and they're in London. And I'm like, how close is Themyscira or the warfront
From London.
from London? Deep London. Like, he's the best fucking sailor pilot spy ever. All he needs to be is a tinker and we'll have the set.
That's, yeah.
He's crazy. What? Like, there are a lot of little niggling things about the movie, but for the most part, it was good.
I think Steve Trevor in the movie works best because for the first time, I believe, in recent history, they put some effort in his character. Because Wonder Woman is such an imposing character already. Like,
Yeah,
so
she's-
whatever baggage you have there.
She's the literal myth. Like, everyone else is like, well, I'm an alien and I'm psychotic, says
And-
Batman.
I'm useless. It's Batman. And then you have Wonder Woman, right?
Yeah.
So it's very hard to kind of balance it's the same way like with Lois Lane, but they figure out Lois Lane very quickly and very early on. In terms of role versus protagonist.
Okay.
And it's unfortunate that when you go to Wonder Woman, even the character that you have Steve Trevor, and they didn't know what to do with him. Like, he essentially was just like a plot point. He was there for the crash to get her out of the island. That was
That's
his
it.
only role.
That's it.
The falling in love thing was probably an afterthought.
Thanks, CW.
Which is not bad. I mean, like, it is a Wonder Woman story, so
Yeah.
you have to kind of focus on the girl. But at the same time, as far as like storytelling goes, you need a likable supporting guy. Because Lois Lane is like charming as hell.
Yeah, she does shit, but she doesn't take over the Superman role.
Yeah.
She doesn't. It's not called. Well, except for that one good TV series, it's not called Lois and Clark.
Except for that one.
Which again, like I didn't realize it till you told me about it. But the fact that it was named Lois and Clark really did show where the focus of
Yeah.
the story was. Like, it
It
was
was
not
like-
about Superman.
It was about the relationship.
Yeah.
And so I think what won Steve Trevor this round is that they figured out how to make a good Wonder Woman. Like, all the charm, the character, the naivete that's necessary for her to get in the story running. And then you have this other dude who's just essentially the boyfriend girlfriend role.
Yeah,
Right.
Like the love interest.
The love interest, but I think what they won at is they gave him some sense of like agenda.
Like, he had a purpose. Like,
Yeah.
he had a life before Wonder Woman and after.
And
Sort
during...
of.
Spoilers. He doesn't make it out of World War One.
Yeah, I know, because while the movie is very good, it does follow a lot of plot points. This particular one very closely to Captain America.
Plane and a guy and a soldier named Steve.
Who was totally like, this, I could have done better. Like, I
So-
did not have to go this way.
If you're from any of the Great Wars and your name is Steve and
Don't-
you're in the military,
don't get in a plane.
pilot a plane.
Like, bad things are going to happen to you. On the plus side, you're going to meet,
The most wonderful girl you'll ever meet.
yeah, ever.
Ever.
There's
hands
Peggy and
down.
Wonder Woman, like, sure.
Like, hands down, the best girl you should not deserve, but you probably will get.
Yeah.
And then you'll just die.
And for some reason, you're drawn to doing the right thing. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo, wah. Look at you
And
being
be a
all moral.
hero, but a dead one. So,
Look at how moral you are.
see, this is why Superman wins. Because, well, no, that's a bad argument. Because he's dead right now.
He is dead. Now, there's an interesting discussion point here. There is a point in the Wonder Woman movie where it was where Trevor pulls Diana aside and says, "You can't save them all. That's not what we're here to do."
Yeah.
That's usually a line for Superman.
Yep.
Like that's a line for him. He cannot save them all. Still, he tries. Worst tag ever because they're barely phrases as it is. But I remember that from the VS System card game where he looked like a gorilla. Like,
Yeah.
that was a bad card. That was bad art design.
From a really good artist.
But they're kind of shifting around the roles for the DC cinematic universe. Like,
Yeah.
Wonder Woman is basically Superman now. Batman is Wonder Woman, or might even be Superman. In that, like, let's do the right thing.
Right thing.
I mean, I killed Soups, but what you gonna do? I indirectly led Ted to his death.
Yeah, like Wonder Woman is doing the Superman bit of like, let's try to save people.
Yeah,
Batman's doing the Wonder Woman bit of like, let's just fight people to save them.
yeah.
And Superman's doing the Batman thing where he's just sad.
Somebody died, but now it's him.
And if that logic flows from what we've seen, the Flash is taking up Cyborg's personality of being the young quippy guy.
I thought, like, no, wait, shit. I'm thinking Wally. This is Barry.
This is Barry.
This is
Which
like
is
the
why.
CSI.
Yeah.
He's a cop.
He's a forensic guy. Barry has always been boring, so that's I don't know how they made it like that.
And what's Cyborg now?
He seems brooding again,
Maybe
like,
he's
or
Batman.
serious, or very serious, like.
And maybe Cyborg Superman is Superman. And
Cyborg Superman.
Now he's Cyborg. But I mean, for the casual comic,
Is he gonna be like half black, half Superman?
no, we have that in Supergirl.
That's a good point.
For some reason, he was Cyborg Superman despite not having the origin of pretending to be Superman.
Or anything to do with Superman altogether.
I hate that. I hate that show. I hate that how that season ended. I hate all of the seasons how it ended. I don't care if you're getting spoiled in the last season of Flash. Do you know how they beat the latest man who is faster than Barry in the TV series?
No, because I stopped watching.
They shoot him.
Wait, he's not faster than the bullet?
Apparently.
So Superman's faster than the Flash by implication?
Bang. Iris shoots him. You know what? I'm tired of Savitar killing me in timelines. Bang. By the way, we have our answer to that. He's a time remnant that Barry created to fight
Since-
Savitar.
Oh.
Which means that, yes, he's a loop, but there has to still be a Savitar Prime for the first Savitar to...
But it can't be, because...
Yeah, their throwaway is we're speedsters. Sometimes the rules don't work on us.
Oh, man.
Well, sometimes people turn off your show. How about that? and I swear to God, I'm not being a misogynist here, nor in most occasions. I know the implication.
Strange specific denial, Pat. I wonder where Sally is right now.
I am a product of my time. There is
Do not drag me into this.
there is a point in Supergirl where, of course, Clark is mind controlled again. Two season enders in a row. Clark is mind controlled again.
Clark?
Yeah, one with like some. You know what? I don't give a shit.
Wait,
They fight-
Superman that shows up in the last...
Yeah, shows up again, which is cool.
I should watch that.
Supergirl fights Superman, which is like fine. That's great. I always liked seeing cousins fight. That's why I go to the deep south sometimes.
You mean...
I don't know, in the Philippines. I'm sure we have incest here somewhere. But
Wait, isn't Bicol South?
Salvador.
Okay.
All we have there is rampant corruption.
Oh, so like here.
Don't host an event there, seriously. And in a totally what felt like an unnecessary scene, Superman goes up to Supergirl after everything's done, like, I guess you're stronger than me. And then leaves. Like, just to like... But that was uncalled for.
Yeah.
If she was, you didn't need to say it. And segue was generated. That's what I also love about Wonder Woman.
She doesn't go around saying, punching people, saying like, I'm stronger than you.
It wasn't. There was no girl power moment. It was.
That's right.
What she was is fact.
Yeah, which is strange because she's a mythological character,
and she is entirely self-evident in what she is.
No one has to tell the audience and other characters that, yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah.
Like no one need. Like we know.
Well, there are certain times like I'm frightened and aroused, as was many people in the theater in that line.
The village scene was where I think people were seeing how wild she was.
Jesus, like, nice shot, tank. Let me show you what I got.
Bam!
Flip.
And
erect.
But they're true. Like, there's no.
And the tower. Steve would have killed the sniper. Wonder Woman killed him and his ancestors.
And the building.
I don't know how she blew up the building. She just—that's not how physics works.
That's how Cyclops' I-beam work, Pat.
Oh, it punches from the force direction.
Yeah, like in the force, things just blow up without heat whatsoever.
Or following the laws of physics, he should be flying way back.
Way back.
Like the day he was born, his neck should have snapped.
It just omnidirectional blast.
And then his head explodes. Wolverine's there, like, I'll be your son now. Because that's what he did as the leader of the X-Men. Like, I'm the leader now. And Scott went into his Degeneration X phase. Nobody liked that.
Yeah, nobody liked that. Well, no,
No, Scott did nothing wrong, but he should not have gone Degeneration X.
I have people who are like valiant Scott Summers fans. Like, they fake. In my head, like, even if he was right, he was wrong. Do you understand that, guys?
Like, even in his rightness, there's a lot of wrong. Magneto said he fucked up.
Magneto knew he was right, but he did it in so many wrong ways. Anyway.
And that's how the latest Humans vs. X-Men ended. Magneto says, enough of this. And crashes the Blackbird. And the fight's over.
And that's it?
That's the last one I read before I'm like, you know what? I'm a huge fan of Mags, but I'm out. Why am I here? Which is another thing that, like, Wonder Woman was very self-evident. She wasn't... There was very little cheesecake to be had, which is actually, as much as my dick wanted it, very refreshing. I had to enjoy the movie for what it was. Turns out it was good.
Okay.
Like, and this is gonna sound really like, have you been paying attention these past few months? But Gal Gadot's really attractive. Like, when I watch that movie, you're like, wow, she's pretty.
Yeah, I mean, it's
what the fuck?
I try. I mean, like, I was drawn in the whole like the whole world stuff, like suspension of disbelief, like, but there's some shots of the movie. It's like, yeah, but she's really pretty though.
Yeah,
it's just like, she's really very pretty.
I mean, and all the attraction with Steve is that Steve feels is implied.
Yeah,
it's never like, she's so pretty, I must have her. It's always like, he never says it.
Yeah,
he just kind of looks at her funny, like
like people have to tell him about it.
Yeah, and he never says it. He's taking that, and like there's always that look on his face, like he knows. And as much credit as I give Gal Gadot for that, the scene that Chris Pine had in that plane was fucking masterfully done.
Yeah,
like no dialogue, him just switching from elation to
and even the whole like when she was not hearing anything.
Yeah, when she was concussed.
Like
hello.
Oh no.
Oh no, we have a message.
Hi, on Facebook.
You have people who message you.
Oh god, I hope they're not like schoolwork stuff. Yeah. Anyway, like even I feel like they showed that same scene but now with audio, right? Like minutes later, which I found like is for the people who kind of just want to know what they're
What
saying.
actually said, but I had an
You don't need
idea.
it. Yeah, you don't need it.
You knew it.
Like just based on the acting of the two, there was the expression on Chris Pine's face and then Gal Gadot's response to that, like that made the story sense.
Yeah.
Like and I think that by not revealing it would have made it stronger because now we know that she heard stuff.
Yeah, and she's just now recalling, like she might have done, but we certainly concussed to know what.
Yeah, what they're saying.
Wait, Steve, I can fly.
Look. But like I feel like it would have been slightly stronger if they didn't show that she heard stuff.
Yeah,
Because it just said like you don't need to hear to convey
to know. Yeah,
right?
and it shows a connection with them that developed after 3 days.
Or more. Maybe the trip might not have been an overnight, Pat. Maybe the trip's like 5 days.
Yeah, of course, them with no supplies.
Yeah, like, Hanky Pat. Well, she can fish. He's, after
That's
all,
fair.
the cartographer.
Fuck Steve. They got like everything else was like, there's some details here that are real nice. And we're like, I guess we'll just have him teleport. Fuck it. Fuck sense. The mascara is apparently a fucking stone's throw away from London. Nobody fucking wandered in. They just murdered all the men that came by.
Throat slitting.
We're having long pig today.
Long pig. Such tender pork.
So, as good as this movie is, it does have flaws.
It's very
watchable.
As a whole, as if you look at it from a myth standpoint, from a character standpoint, it's a very strong movie. But there are parts of it where even my fan heart
Couldn't take it.
couldn't fucking take it.
Oh, it's time for a heart attack. So what gave you that heart attack?
Beam fight. Can I just say this for on the fucking record? Any show, superheroes particularly, that have beam fights, fuck you. Can I just say that? Fuck you, beam fights. You know why? That's the laziest fucking... Here's what actors are doing at that point. Nothing is happening. There's no action. It's up to the post-CGI crew to put beams of light, and that's not how light acts anyway. You don't counter light beams with other light beams in the hopes to push each other out physically. That's not how light works.
To play devil's advocate, I understand the thematic purpose of that. It was the challenge to this does not have to be a world of war. It can be a because she defended, that was her point. She wasn't on the offensive,
right?
But it didn't have to be a beam war.
See, I get the whole shielding thing, right? But the moment the beams move from one direction to the other is when you fucking lose me. Because that doesn't make any sense. And it's lazy, sloppy action.
It's also lightning. That's not how lightning works.
That's not how any of it works.
Divine lightning. For some reason, when he killed Zeus, he also got the lightning. Because that's very Klingon of him.
Kapla!
Today is a good day to die. Maybe? Because Wonder Woman doesn't have a lot of good villains. Sorry. A cheetah lady is not a villain.
I mean, one is a giant girl, the other's a cheetah.
That's right.
Ares is actually the most compelling character for her to fight. And he's dead. But the beam fights, and it doesn't make sense for the story. It's lazy, it's sloppy.
It could have been thematically done better.
Yeah, if it's just the whole shielding defense wins over aggression, I get that.
Yeah, shit. Have Ares' swords break on her bracelets and then he can't reform them.
Right?
Make him quit.
Yeah, make him quit. Make it a fight that the God of War can't win.
And that's a win.
That's a win, right? But it's not laser fight. Are you kidding me?
Which I'm not even sure is related to her being the god killer and everything.
No.
Yeah, it's just wait, so...
Because you never see her do laser fights.
Ever.
Yeah. In the entire movie, nothing is to do. She's a physical character, which means she wins by putting people down, often through exploding buildings.
Killing soldiers. She can say, look, she didn't use her sword. Yeah, because that's what kills people. Only swords.
Swords.
Not blowing up the tower we're in.
or smashing their skull in the wall.
Oh,
Because like the choreography of her like action moves, the way she moves, the whole spinning thing, that kind of very fluid motion.
It's actually very Captain America. Like it's one long move.
Yeah, it's one smooth flowing move.
Yeah.
And he's a physical character. And to end a movie against the fighter, which is Ares.
Yeah. Which I love his costume up, his armor up, by the way. He's just putting pieces of molten metal on. Oh yeah, it's time to go.
here we go, British old chap. And with his mustache.
I found that fucking stupid though. Like you can still see his face. And he had it when he was Ares. Like, but why though?
Wait, you're telling me that Ares from Greek mythology looks like an old British guy with a mustache?
No.
Like that's not. Come on. Like let's be honest here. Like he would look really good.
Yeah, he would also look Greek.
Or terrifying. One of those two. Yeah. But the beam fights, guys, they kind of lose me just because I felt that, for me personally, I would want to see her punch a hole through him. Instead, Kung Pao style, like there's a giant circular chunk out of his abdomen, and it just falls out. When he goes, like stops, looks at the camera, looks down, and falls over.
That would have been better than the beam fight.
Yeah.
Just punching a hole in it.
Because like at that point, everyone's just like confused, like what just happened? Also, that was awesome.
This is more questions.
Yeah, but nobody asks like,
what's with the beam fight?
Yeah, what's with the beam fight, right? So I mean that's, for me, the biggest, I think, misstep. I mean, the kind of small steps.
It's
like,
the resolution. Like how? Like they form the resolution to.
Yeah, because everything else, every other, like, you know, whatever little failings they might have, story-wise or presentation-wise, production-wise.
Oh yeah, like the bracelets. What's up with that?
Yeah, it's nothing too big for me to kind of, like, pay attention to. But the beam fight really took me out of it.
Like at the end, like, wait a minute.
Yeah, because like it's bad enough that it was like copious CGI at the end.
Yeah.
But I kind of expected from a big tentpole movie.
Yeah, it was a little distracting in the village too.
Right?
Like from just the lasso being whatchamacallit, being a weapon, a twirly weapon. Suddenly, like, I guess we're done with the actors. You can take 5. And we'll just have Steve, for some reason, just Steve and Wendy, while everybody else is just, what are we doing here?
Right? I mean, like, for me, that's the thing. Everything else was okay. I mean, I got the CG thing. It can't be helped. You have to kind of end big. It's a big movie, end big.
Yeah.
The team fight.
Yeah.
I get that from Superman, see?
Because he's on a cosmic level, and always his presentation has always been larger than life.
Yeah, and like, and also he has beams. Like, that's natural for him.
But not for Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is not known for bracelet beams.
Yeah, come on.
Then every fight beforehand was very practical.
Yeah, exactly.
It was very stand-up fights. Like the fight against the General was fucking baller. That was brutal.
I honestly thought that was the climax already.
Yeah.
I mean, and I wouldn't
And then
mind.
it kept going.
Then it kept going, and like, wait, so that was a big sword in.
Yeah.
You're done.
But that was funny, bro. Like, everybody, that's not Ares.
He's like, no.
And when he's like, I've done it. I am the greatest.
And like, no.
Steve, I love Steve there. Like Pine sells that line so well. Like, but we're all so bad. Like, it's not what we deserve. We're. And Wonder Woman's all, but you can't be shit. Like, you're dudes, and I've met a dude. I've met a you and your creepy friends. Like, you don't seem that bad. And Steve has this really shitty moment where he's like, but we are though.
But he's not wrong.
Yeah, he's not wrong, but he has to explain where he's like, no, but there's like a war and I gotta stop this. I can't teach you to be an adult right now, but it would be really cool if you'd help out. And she's like, but Ares though. And he's like, I gotta go. This is shit, but I gotta go.
Yeah, see, what fascinates me about that, because they have the conversation while they're trekking about whether or not she's legit, or at least if her claim of Ares is legit. And he never says where he falls. Yeah, but you can see in his face like, this is no.
Yeah, but it's also weird. But don't think to him it mattered.
Yeah,
Like to him, it's always like, well, she's doing the right thing.
and yeah, because like as much as it's about like I don't believe it, but if she believes it, that's her.
That's
Like,
that's her deal. Like we don't have to worry.
I
about
don't have to tell her she's wrong.
it. Yeah, like it's not mission critical. Right
It's
now.
not critical.
Like I just really want to go home, but why am I here?
Because he could have.
Yeah,
He could have.
But he's tried nothing and it didn't work.
Yeah, so that was nice. But I like that there was a teaching moment for Wonder Woman there, because she, as awesome as she is,
She is also not very human.
she's also very childlike.
Yeah.
Not childish, childlike, I guess. Which does
Naive.
not understand stuff.
Yeah, she doesn't get the like, wow, this is actually kind of shit.
Yeah.
Turns
And
out war's pretty bad.
And I love the reaction, like when she found out she was wrong,
Yeah.
like that, like it kind of like just hits her.
And she just stands back on the tower like, no, yeah, Steve, yeah, go.
Like,
I gotta
I gotta deal with her.
Then who would I mean, it's still good that I killed him, I guess. Like, I wanted her to, but one, do you do good? One, do you do good kill? Yeah, kinda.
Kind of. I mean, yes,
But it's
she was
not
a
over.
bastard, but like that wasn't the point.
It's not over.
Which I guess is where, what ultimately culminates in beam fight
Yeah.
for me is the problem, because I think at that moment where she kills the general, and she realizes that's not how wars end,
And then she goes and ends the war by...
and like there's no Ares.
Yeah.
I felt that should have been it.
That's a good critical moment for you. Like, if... And that would be a good payoff to the entire is Ares real thing.
Yeah.
Because right now, the current payoff is like, is Ares real? Yes.
Yeah, like everything she learned nothing afterwards.
But like, if Ares wasn't real, like... What's she gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, she has to grow up at that point.
And to reconcile like what Steve, as shitty as that was, what he said was it was true.
Yeah.
But the problem was like then Ares actually shows up.
Yeah, and then now it's like, oh wait, no, wait.
I have another shot. Like yes,
I got this.
I am God Slayer now.
Yeah, but here's if, and I'm not saying this is what happened. If we want to put on our tinfoil hats, she was forced into that ending because BVS existed in the way it did. Because she had to have quit. Because if Ares wasn't there, Steve would have done the reasonable thing with the plane. Like, I'll fly in circles for a while. 1D, can you help me out in a bit? I'm sorry, Diana. We never called you Wonder Woman.
In my heart, I called you Wonder Woman.
And he just flew around. Hell, he could have done that when Ares was there. I'll go in circles.
Why did he want it to crash to Ares?
I'll show you, war. And now he's dead.
Yeah, now he's dead. But I think that's where looking back right now, I think that's where it kind of like
Kind of
falls
hiccuped.
apart. That fork in the road
Yeah.
of whether should we end it now?
Should we have Ares?
Should we have Ares? Do we really? Because I wouldn't mind an Ares payoff for the sequel. I mean, at that point there was no sequel conversation, but I wouldn't have minded that. Like, she learns that no, people just go to war because we're assholes. Everything in the world is not as great as I thought it'd be.
Yeah.
And then like live and accept that and take the responsibility of sticking around because that's what I'm here for. And then we go like it's not the Marvel thing, it's not the DC thing, but post credit scene of like Ares is real.
Dun,
Like,
dun, dun.
I wouldn't mind now, like even if it's not a post credit, like even like a epilogue thing, like Ares is real,
Or
like,
Ares is actually on the island all along.
Like,
or,
sure.
Or she is Ares.
or like even if
That was
mustache-
actually my bet.
your Ares.
like Wonder Woman's Ares. Like, that's a nice twist.
I would have thought that she was a god of war. Yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
because she's kind of warlike, man.
in the comics she was.
Yeah, even here, hell, in Injustice, she takes to it like more than Superman.
I mean, in the comics she beat Ares. She was the god of war
Oh shit!
for a while. Like in the new 52-1.
Wait, was that the one where they said her bracelets were limiters?
Yeah, and the one where she got guns and was kind of
She had guns.
yeah.
This is Thanos with guns all over again. Thanos, you're under arrest.
Bam! She had like guns because of Hephaestus that made her guns. Because of
Okay,
course,
sure. I mean, Hephaestus made them.
Yeah,
That's
they
pretty
were really good guns. And she was like kind of hanging out with Orion, which was like which I
Like
loved.
the New Gods?
Yeah.
Huh.
Where he's like this like masochistic biker dude.
Well, we are getting them in the next in GLA.
Really?
Yeah, because
The new
Steppenwolf.
god? Yeah, but we have Steppenwolf.
Yeah, but
like,
if Darkseid's there, and they might cut out the New Gods, I guess.
I mean,
The Darkseid does not necessarily need the New Gods.
no. But so I felt like I wouldn't mind like if Ares showed up in the end. Like yeah, like all of what Steve said was true, and she's also right.
Yeah, it's kind of like everybody wins,
But not really. It doesn't take away from
It
the movie.
doesn't hit as hard.
Yeah.
But there is a certain expectation of a superhero movie, and it's a
The
superhero
throwdown.
fight. Yeah.
The throwdown. Yeah. But yeah.
I
mean,
wish that
understand
it wasn't a question. Then we wouldn't be having this discussion because we'd always be like, of course Ares was there, because
Yeah. So that was our second technical glitch of the show.
we're fixed now.
But it's also the cleanest audio we've recorded.
So we're really proud. The same way Ares must have been proud when he saw little sister walking into the room like, oh, is it wrong to want incest? I am Greek though. Dude, it's insane how pretty she is in that movie. Or in general, I guess. But like,
Yeah.
and keep in mind, I'm not reducing the movie to whether she was pretty or not. In fact, one of their greatest achievements in that movie was having her war scene when she goes up the ramparts into no man's land, takes off the coat, and not once was I erect. Because it was
Or at
just...
least for that like reason. Like,
Yeah, not for that scene, but like, because it was... Shh. Oh, come on, the bedroom scene, like, the lighting was perfect.
That was barely a scene.
Yeah, but like the way it was presented. But they elicited the exact reaction that they wanted from a pervert. Instead of me finding a way to be erect, I'm getting there.
How will Pat dig himself on this one today?
I won't. It proves my point. Instead of me finding a way to be erect, I was in awe.
Away.
Oh, come on, you have like you can be erect at anything. Look at Bayonet, proportions of a giraffe. People still masturbate to that. Like, but I don't have a step ladder. But I don't even know how to climb a ladder.
It's just putting one foot in.
But when she had that scene where she was fucking charging, aside from me thinking like, wow, Captain America would probably be baller with a sword.
Yeah, that's true. I want to think of it too.
But we already
Would
have...
it be awesome like if they were the crossover movie?
We have that in Taskmaster. He's got a shield and a sword.
And a whip.
And a bow. And a gun, because Taskmaster. And it was just pure awe, which was what that moment was supposed to inspire. Even though the music score was very understated there. Notably, they didn't use the Wonder Woman theme there.
It didn't fit it.
It didn't fit it. It was just like, this is a god walking amongst men now.
Just
And-
watch this.
Yeah. And then Steve's like, well, I guess.
Okay, go. I'm not gonna lose her now.
And I love that the guys in the trench was like, wait, I want to see where this goes. Oh shit, he's win. Let's go.
She's got this.
Let's go. And then he Ojo'd the shit out of it. I do love that she also just looked confused. Machine guns, huh? Like, then she's just getting shot like, wow, I'm really lucky no one aimed for my fucking thighs. Like, that's wonderful. Although they did imply that she had bullet time reactions.
Yeah.
Because she was following the bullet
As
it flew.
Yeah.
By the way, that was the most jarring scene for me.
Which one?
The Amazon that was just hanging by the rope at the start.
Yeah.
Like when I saw that, like
first bullet.
yeah, like my heart stopped. Like two things. One, this is way darker than I thought it was. Like this is not what I went here for.
They're not playing around.
It isn't shitting around.
Like
Secondly,
dangling right there.
secondly,
Oh boy.
that soldier, that German soldier that stumbled out of the boat, took a shot. Sharpshooter, promote that man. That lady was falling from a cliff, moving, and he was moving in a different direction. He's like, bam,
Bam.
nice,
Nice.
nice job. And that's a credit to how well handled it was. Like it was barely any cheesecake, and perverts couldn't perv. It was just like, this is good. That all said, though, it fell apart for me the moment 1D started fighting. I felt like they really leapt away from, like, it was a good scene internally. Like let's give it an Oscar for best punch scene or whatever. But
I want that to happen.
Best punch.
The Academy goes to
Gal Gadot for
best punch. Best punch scene.
This is an embarrassment of riches. Thank you.
You have been reduced to a titles like best punch and best kick.
Both of which she won. And because at that point it stopped being a discussion for me. It became an expression of the discussion, which felt unnecessary. Because we're having the discussion, why show me the same issue twice? And because at that point I felt like they were putting them in it because it's a Wonder Woman movie. She needs to do something awesome in the war. In my head, not necessarily, because we're seeing the growth of what she could be by being forced to do things that don't adhere to her worldview. Like, Steve was doing the right thing in that trench scene. Not our job. We don't have to do this. We could just solve the mission. In fact, Steve would be alive if he just did that.
From the way I looked at it, it was a character moment.
Yeah, it showed off like, this is who I am.
Yeah, and for the first time, that was the first time she gets to be
her
Wonder Woman away from the mascara.
Yeah, that was also like a wonderful like tease of that entire thing. Like every time you get glimpses of the armor under the dress.
Yeah,
and like that's beautiful. But it started becoming a Marvel movie.
Oh,
and that's not necessarily good, because there are discussions in this movie, like setting aside, and well, you can't really set it aside in the meta sense, but setting aside for the purposes of this discussion, the representation of women in movies, it had a real question to it. What does a god see when they go to our world? And she sees like, well, I believe you're kind of cool. And then it's all shit. It's all shit.
Yep.
And that was an interesting discussion for me. Well, Marvel has never really engaged in that. Their biggest statement in Avengers 2 was, don't let the AI see the internet. Like, or
pretty much.
Don't let Tony make decisions.
Don't let James Spader.
Don't let James Spader be a robot. Then, fuck. I love that movie, and I will defend it to my dying day, but I can't defend the bad guy of that movie.
Oh, yeah, there's no way. I mean, I love James Spader, but
I can't defend this.
The lessons do not have James Spader look at the internet.
Yeah, I also can't defend Civil War. Like, I will defend its value, I will defend its entertainment. I can't defend its villain, whose plan made no sense. And
but
may God have mercy on his soul. No, he didn't. Because he only won because accidents happen. That's not a big... He's just pretending. Zemo is just like, yeah, that was the plan all along. For all of you to play exactly this, and for you to escape at that exact moment, and for no one to actually look at my credentials in a high security facility.
I feel like he was the villain version of like the indie ploy. Where there was,
I'm just pretending that it's my plan.
Yeah, it's luck. I mean,
but it works.
I wanted to kind of be like that. It just went really well for me.
We're gonna get back to that when I do my research again, because I'm pretty sure there was one point in the plan where he had to have planned the other shit happening. Especially the entire like, I hope Cap brings Bucky here.
I feel like his one plan was just like, frame Bucky, have those two guys lose trust, and team falls apart.
And it didn't even work. Now there are two Avengers. There's twice the Avengers. And segue once again generated. One of the... It's not a flaw of Wonder Woman, but it does become very evident why they moved her to World War I. Because it's basically Captain America. Same Steve's too. I mean...
Steve's
and it's not a bad thing.
No. I think
because it distinguished itself enough from Steve's journey. In fact, their journeys are very different. Wonder Woman was a journey from adulthood and maturity, while Steve was like, actually, there's no upward mobility for Steve's character. It's the realization of the good man he is.
Yeah.
This is how good a man can Steve be is the inherent
given
question.
the tools, how good he can get, right?
Yeah, how good can you be, and can one good man change a war?
Yeah.
Which actually makes his arc more mythological than Wonder Woman's. Well, Wonder Woman's was a very humanizing her.
Yeah, because hers was like God among men.
Yeah.
Right? The question of like, I think the reason why I'm okay with the No Man's Land scene was because for me, it became a question of responsibility of someone that
Powerful. Like,
Powerful.
what will you give it your shot anyway?
yeah, like right. I mean, it's a matter of like what should gods do?
Yeah.
Given this reality. For me, it kind of worked. I understand where the things are coming, and you do raise good questions. So those are concerns that often kind of just get buried.
Yeah, it didn't detract from the experience for me. But if that was where it got, that's where I snapped out of my reverie.
Right.
And then, this is a movie. That's when I started, this is a movie.
This is a movie.
And I still enjoyed it. At no point, unlike Logan, and I love Logan, but at no point did I sit back and like, I want to go home.
Sound like you do.
No, but there was at one point in Logan where I was like, I know how this is gonna end. Why am I watching?
Oh, to be fair, I didn't see the young Wolverine angle. I'll be honest.
No, I didn't see the young Wolverine either. But I was like, well, he's gonna take the serum.
We all know he's gonna take the serum and die.
And then he's gonna die.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a matter of how.
I don't need to watch this. I can go home. And I mean, the little girl acted her fucking heart out. Like, she was standing...
I want to see more of her in films. I think she could be...
She'd be amazing. She was standing toe-to-toe with Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman. Like, that's not...
Those are no jokers.
Yeah.
Those are no jokers.
Somehow, she's still in the scene.
She's in the scene. She's stealing some of them.
Yeah.
Really, really well.
Yeah, she's the greatest special effect in that movie.
Yeah. Because Patrick Stewart was trying to act his Professor X to a new level.
Yeah. That's a new presentation of Professor X.
That no one has ever seen before.
Yeah.
And so is Hugh Jackman, because like at that point you can see the weariness.
I'm so tired. I don't want to do
And
more.
then there's this one girl who just wants to murder everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, it's what you have to wrap up the show. So for me, watching Wonder Woman was the treat that was like 20 years in the making. I was satisfied. I think most of the people who watched it are satisfied as well. And here's the one melancholy element or tone for me, the sad part after watching it, because it was a very emotionally satisfying movie. After watching it, I was like tweeting like 3-4 times about it.
Yeah,
I don't do that a lot. Yeah. Like I just watch movies like, yeah, I've watched it. And the sad part that I tweeted is that what I realized after watching it was that I should have felt that way years ago after Man of Steel.
Yeah. Like this is your childhood brought to
the screen and brought justice, because like we had 2 shots with Superman, they misfired.
Yeah, one of them, the Brandon Roof run doesn't count. That was a Brandon Roof vehicle. No, actually, here. Both of these were both Wonder Woman and the Brandon Roof Superman Returns.
Yeah.
They're both arguably vehicles for the respective stars. Because Gal Gadot, while wasn't presented through the male gaze, was still presented very favorably. There was a lot of emphasis on how she could act. Like the best moments for her to show her stuff on her face was presented every time. There were so many close-up, it could be a David Cage video game. But they did that with Brandon Roof too. And I saw so much Superman dick in that movie. Like, I could not be straighter. I'm not that there's anything wrong being gay, but that was just proof, like, I don't want that in my mouth. There were so many shots of Superman's ass in that movie. The difference between the two is Wonder Woman was a good movie.
Yeah, but precisely that, like, the whole like emotional journey or catharsis of watching a childhood movie brought to success.
That's what I felt about The Simpsons when they hit the movie.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I felt.
Right, that's the one, right? Like, yeah,
it's here.
That's the movie.
Yeah.
Like, that's them. That's what they should have been.
Yeah.
All the time.
The satisfaction.
Yeah. And like for me, like it doesn't take away from the movie. It just really shines a light on what is otherwise a movie like I've enjoyed, but it's very hard to kind of defend.
Like you liked it because it was what it was, but this isn't what it could be.
I liked it because it was Superman.
That's it. Like
yeah, because like you root for the home team. Like it's that.
Like,
I mean, you just kind of root
like
for the home
being
team.
like rooting for Cleveland.
Yeah, it should. I know it should have been great. Even like so, I understand the failings of Superman Returns. I felt that was from a concept point of view something that's flawed. Not the fault of most of its best Lex Luthor we've seen.
Yeah,
and that's saying something for Gene Hackman.
Good.
Kevin Spacey
just makes. I don't know. He has been just Al Pacinoing it up.
True, but like that was Lex Luthor. I felt, but it wasn't a Superman movie, you know. Yeah. And Man of Steel comes in, and you hope against hope, and then it's like no.
It didn't have that fight scene though. Like that's how someone with super speed should fight. Power up. Like fuck. Oh, she's murdering them.
Like they've did so many good things about that movie, but it was so problematic on certain fundamental parts.
I know there were some snappy retorts in that movie that you couldn't get into.
And like the thing is, like I could let the Zod's thing slide.
Yeah, because year one, like he's gonna.
That happened. Like that's based on the comics, not the neck part, but the death part. And
yeah, if it were based on the comics, Wonder Woman would have snapped his neck.
Maxwell Lord,
Google that. Wonder Woman has a vendetta against necks. You'll thank me later.
Yep, that's right. There's proof. There's empirical proof. But, you know, like I get the neck snap. The thing, like, but the John Kent was the one that I think.
Stop, indestructible boy.
Stop saving people. Stop using your powers responsibly.
Wait. Because of the trauma inherent in this event, they actually won't notice if you use super speed. No, save the dog.
Save the dog.
Oh, come on.
Right? Like so when that movie ended, like it was a wow moment because like that was a big movie.
Yeah. It had scale.
But it wasn't that Superman.
Yeah. It had some hokey parts too, but kind of detracted from the experience.
Yeah.
Like, what does that stand for? Symbolism.
Metaphor.
But it's an S. We spell things differently in Krypton.
I'm alien, bitch.
Did you just assume my culture?
And then BVS comes in, and then whatever personality he had in the first movie is just absolutely scrubbed off, clean, as if he was just a puppet that Batman was working. So
we need to make Batman look good. Quick, give him Superman.
Give him Superman. Make him be a punching bag. So when Wonder Woman finished, and I felt like, yeah, that's the one. I was happy, sad. Yeah, I was happy, sad moment. So, you know, like, I'm just hoping that the Justice League movie is something that we can all be proud of.
Oh, I hope so.
So far, there's only she's the one proof of how, you know, good the movie can be.
Yeah, it has potential, but if you ever guys don't have introductions, we're getting introduced fair. So I feel like it's still gonna be circling around Wonder Woman and Batman, which should be because they're the developed characters. True. They can use it as vehicles for the others, which is the reverse Marvel.
Yeah, you just carry them on.
Yeah, like
capable shoulders.
People, like throw Flash out there with his own movie later on. I mean, for me, this gives me the unreasonable, expectation that some DC movies will eventually be good. Like that's a bad thing to expect.
Here's the thing: like they should get good because it's course correcting. You don't make a bad movie and keep making the same bad movie. That's just a waste of money. They have to learn.
In theory.
In theory. Like, it took them 3 movies, sure. I mean...
Hey, look, I want Gotham City Sirens to work out well.
Exactly, right?
Apparently that's a thing. And, I mean, if they can do that without making me erect once, we've done a good job. But that's going to be difficult because it's Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, and Catwoman. Something wrong is going to happen.
Yeah, but I mean, they should. I mean, just looking at a logic there, they should get better over time.
That's a hope. That's a hope. And I'm hoping for it because it's good for the industry as a whole.
They can't get any lower. I mean...
Oh, sure we can.
I mean...
Do not challenge failure. Failure will challenge you.
I guess because for Marvel, it's a slippery slope.
Yeah. Because they're on top.
They're on top. But I mean, that's at the same breath, though. Like, Marvel has the capital to mess up a few movies.
Yeah, but they haven't, though.
But they haven't. Not in a significant way.
Yeah, Avengers got away with it.
Yeah,
Avengers 2 would not have gotten away with it if it were DC.
They wouldn't have gotten away if not for the big capital they've had. And, but the pedigree is kind of gives them enough space to mess up a movie or two.
Yeah.
DC is at the point where they have to get better, or else they just say goodbye.
I forget the discussion on it, where I heard it, but there's apparently Marvel actually refers to DC as distinguished competition.
Yeah, that's an old tradition.
Like, because and that kind of tells me like the Marvel vs DC thing is not a company thing, it's a fan thing.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, like
I mean, it's a they are competitors in that they are
they are selling the same items to the
same products,
audience,
yeah, the same audience. So for the longest time, they've been that kind of, and it's been a playful banter, I think, for the most part. I mean, some of them got serious before, but they've always referred to it like the distinguished competition, which is a nice like kind of ribbing the publishing arm had.
Yeah, it's actually kind of neat to see, but I can't wait for the inevitable crossover where Captain America meets Wonder Woman. Introduces himself as Steve, and he's like, "Why did you say that name,
Captain Steve Rogers?" What?
I was in a plane. Oh no!
Oh no!
And that's when Batman realizes, like, Steve, like, Rogers is gonna have sex with her, not me.
I think he like look at Superman like, and he nod like, yeah, that sounded stupid, right? Like, you know how dumb that sounded, right?
There's a screenshot of Wonder Woman, of Gal Gadot, like, and Batman Superman in the background. You ask her if we can be in her movie.
Please.
Well, I mean, although DC, like, I forget the Patty Jenkins, the director?
Yeah, Patty Jenkins.
Has, like, all the bargaining power in the world because they didn't schedule a second movie.
Yeah, no.
So, and they're like, we can't let you go.
The lack of faith that Warner Brothers have shown towards this movie is astounding as it is offensive.
No, I mean, in fairness, though, they're also looking at what they did before, like, maybe it'll be poop again. We can take the Wonder Woman out of the equation.
See, Pat, like the one thing that tells me that's not true is they said like we're gonna have a Gotham Sirens movie and a Batgirl movie.
That's true. Why Batgirl? Where's Batgirl? Not Batwoman.
Batgirl.
Not Kane.
Batgirl.
Okay. Barbara.
Kane has no like
doesn't matter
capital in terms of mainstream stuff. They'll have to build that for. She's an interesting character once you kind of buy into it.
Yeah, like after Batgirl might be Batwoman, and then we're gonna have that Supergirl Superwoman discussion again. Which I know, like some people are like, yeah, Cat Grant described that well in the Supergirl TV series, and I'm like, I don't get it. I'm not a woman. Maybe it's something that you have to experience, but I don't
probably. Yeah, so that's it for this week.
Yeah,
we've been out for a while. Mostly bad schedules and whatnot.
That's true. Schedules are bad.
Yeah, it's surprisingly busy when you're working.
Yeah, when you're an adult. But we'll get around it. For those of you who are watching this on YouTube, and this probably should really be in the front, I will put an annotation in the video telling them that there are audio links in the description below should they want to take this on the road. Okay. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please, I don't know if you could subscribe to archive.org, and I think I should really check if there's a subscription thing for where we have these archive.org and where else.
This is probably
SoundCloud?
last on the SoundCloud before I take out the first episode because we only host like 3 at a time. Or so.
Yeah, we'll find a way to work around it. Anyway, links will be in the description below. We hope you enjoyed the episode.
Yeah.
And this has been Ponzi and Patinator, and we'll see you later.
Bye.